Good morning, my people. Happy Sunday. Happy beautiful Sunday. Hope y'all doing good. I got a poem right here for you called Love God, Love People. Let me know what you think. Messages left unread got me feeling kind of useless on the bed. It's like waters left untread. I call them tears. Whole time I'm left them on red. Messages like the signs that we don't read. Missing the important stuff. Seeing a warning side that you don't heed. Happily. As I take a stumble, self-hazard. Yeah, I know that was rough, yet I'm still being called Your Majesty. I love my people because I'm the king. My love is for everyone, not just for my team. I want us to all win so we can all be on the same team, the winning team. These words, this work is all for Jesus, so trust, big trust. I'm coming both seasons. I win in both the pre and post seasons. I love you, but if you ain't coming, I ain't coming to your eyes if you only use 4 seasons. Don't give a fuck. I put my hands on my head and look above.
I do this shit 'cause little bitch, I'm a thug. I was serving on a G for them double G. When I took my cousin, we was out here sliding for some way.
Welcome to the Unforgivable Podcast. This is your host, Cake, aka Cam B. The King has arrived. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button, and if you're tuning in, let me go ahead and get a gub from my legend.
Niggas say they real, but they ain't. Niggas really change how I'm doing me, and these niggas still wanna hate. I could be getting the cake.
First and foremost, I want to go ahead and give a special birthday shout out to my baby niece, Sanaya Graves. She's 9 years old. We just had a little party for her this past weekend. Her birthday is actually going to be on the 4th of August. So this coming up Thursday is going to be her actual birthday. So go ahead and send her your happy birthday wishes, all that good stuff. She would definitely appreciate it. Yeah, so it was really nice. What my sister did was rent out a place called I think it was called Urban Air. A little trampoline place. If you know what that is, let me know. But it was cool, man. We got to jump on there. We were there for about 3-4 hours on end, and it got some real nice deals. We got some pizza, some drinks. It was a TikTok themed party. Believe it or not, I ain't never made no TikToks in my life, but it was funny as hell watching people trying to make them at the party. But anyways, we had a great time. We definitely flipped the place out, jumped a lot, got a lot of that energy out there we done had stored up for the last couple of weeks.
And also this weekend was my family's family reunion, and man, we had a blast. We was listening to music, had a raffle, ate some good food. Just chill, had a good family time where we can reminisce on our family's history. I think it's really important to get to know our family history, so I thought that was amazing. Shout out to my DFW family. They like to be quiet, but they know who they are. I love y'all.
Next thing we're going to talk about. So if you haven't gotten a chance to get over to my channel and watch the couple of poems that I posted, definitely get over there and do that. I'm finna start making that a regular thing. Also, my cooking channel's finna be up and popping, so go ahead and get in touch with that. I'm finna start, this month is when I'm having the competition for my Cooking with the Family. I'll have a crown sent to the winner. So what I'm gonna have is all the people that are competing in this set contest, I'm gonna have them send in a video of them making something, whether it be now, next week, whenever, really doesn't matter. We'll have the poll by August 20th. Yeah, August 20th sounds pretty reasonable for me. So August 20th, I'll have a poll that everybody can vote and see whose dish looks the best, right? Because it's not like you taste that motherfucker. If I could taste it, I'll go to every place and tell you which one I like and which one I don't like. But in the meantime, and in between time, we're just gonna have a poll to see whose meal looks the best. The winner of that poll gets a crown from me, signifying that you are a bona fide king or queen chef. All right, so last episode we talked about overcoming adversity. Okay, this episode we're gonna be flipping the switch to the greatness position, right? Growing up. So as kids, we're taught to do and not do certain things in order to keep us safe. As adults, we have to learn about a lot of different skills, techniques, stuff like that kind of helps us with our everyday lives as adults. And right now we're flipping a switch from a childish mentality to an adult mentality. So we're going to get into that a little bit later on. Next thing I want to do is shout out my boy Amir. He just dropped a music video a couple weeks ago. I believe it was last Friday. So go ahead and go to YouTube. I have that down in the link in my description below. Or I should post it right here. Hopefully I did. We'll see. My boy MoolieDaFoolie dropping new music every single week. Every time you see his name, he's dropping some heat. So go ahead and see what he's about. All right. And then I got some more poems coming in soon. Like I said, a Freestyle Friday. That's really when I want to kind of drop everybody's freestyle video, my poetry videos, stuff like that. Fridays and Saturdays are the days I got set to upload those videos. Next thing, as far as upcoming career opportunities for me, it's not like I just started thinking about writing plays, writing screenwrites, writing movies. This is something that I've been thinking about for years that I didn't really kind of pull the plug on and go with it, you know. And now I'm here with the opportunity to make my own movies. And I'm like, man, listen, if you can see the vision, you can see the vision. If you can't, all I'm going to tell you is to stay tuned. It's going to be a great year, let me tell you. Next thing, I did a lot of research. On mental health, things like that. And, you know, as a man, especially as a black man myself, mental health isn't really taken that serious for men in general, but for black men, it's even more disrespected, scrutinized, whatever you want to call it. And I started doing a lot of research on things such as schizophrenia, BPD, depression, anxiety, and how depression and anxiety can really affect the two, schizophrenia and BPD. With that being said, my movie is going to be based on a African-American male who lives most of his life as a schizophrenic. And it's travels with you. I mean, we all travel with him, and we see the inside of a schizophrenia like mine. It's going to be a psychological thriller, if you will. I'm trying to make a new genre for it, and it's completely authentic. This is something that I have been kind of gathering my knowledge of ever since I turned 18. You know, those who know me, when I turned 18, it wasn't all sweet from there. So I've been constantly studying not only people, but constantly studying the way things work in this world, how to win, how to lose even. And I'm able to kind of put these experiences in a movie to catch your eye and hopefully get you on that same page. We'll go over that a little bit later. Next thing, actually that was pretty much it. Cooking with the family mid-August, and then learning how researching will assist you in being great, and then also opening opportunities. So that's honestly what I kind of want to base this channel around, is opening opportunities for those who can't or don't really get that type of shine that they are expecting. So getting any type of video that you want, really doesn't matter, any type of barber video, any type of singing video, painting, drawing, anything that is expressing yourself in any form of art that you have for yourself, get it into me and I will post it with your consent. This Friday I'm going to be posting a lot of different stuff, so I mean, you're really going to see some greatness appear on this channel. Let me tell you, it's a lot of exciting things coming. Alright, so like I said in the last video, we talked about overcoming adversity. This episode, we're going to be talking about growing up. You know, taking that next step in life in order to be great, in order to be truly, magnificently great. I have a friend right now who's kind of going through his own adversities, his own challenges, and things that he's gonna have to face in order to get to the next step that he wants to get to. And I see this cat as he's gonna be great. He's gonna be great, and I genuinely see him having one of the most promising futures that this world has ever seen, just off his voice alone. And I really feel like he has a lot of potential to be a diamond. And I feel like each and every one of us are our own little lump of coal, if you will. We're a big old bag of coal. And each one of us has our own, I guess, like test. You can say like a test that we kind of go through in order to find out if we're going to crumble in the dust and waste away into existence, or we're going to form and mold ourselves into the diamond that we always hoped that we could be ever since we were little. Visualizing happens when we're kids. Dreaming, thinking about the next big thing. That happens when we're kids. When we're growing up, that's us making it happen. And so many of us have gotten too complacent. Yeah, complacent. If the shoe fits, wear it. But too many of us have gotten too complacent on trying to go out and achieve these goals. Hell, I know for years, my ass thought that football was supposed to be my salvation. Playing football. And then when I couldn't play no more, I thought coaching. And don't get me wrong, I still have aspirations on refereeing someday, but who knows it? Honestly, it's not going to be for solely football. It's going to be for different sports, because I'm a very versatile gentleman. Like that. I'm a very versatile gentleman. And I have so many different, my brain outreaches to so many different areas, so many different topics that is like, why would I ever want to just stay stagnant on one thing? I can't. It's literally impossible for me to just stay stagnant on one thing. So I constantly try to get better at different things all together at the same time. It's weird, but it's my madness and it's a method to it. But anyways, growing up is going to lead to a lot of big decisions. I was looking at an article that Oprah was reading, and she was saying how she asked a bunch of, pretty responsible adults, what are the ways and what areas of their lives do they feel like they can grow up? Key phrase there, grow up. And as soon as they took down the pencil and the pad to write their answers down, they did it almost immediately. They knew exactly where they needed to grow up at. And it really started to spark like a fire, if you will, in my mind. Like, why? I started thinking about it, and I'm like, man, because we all want to grow. We always are always looking for the next thing to improve. We see each other as like these kids. When you're in a relationship or you're in a friendship with somebody, and as soon as that person says something that sounds like a child would say, we're so quick to just be like, oh, that's childish. Oh yeah, no, that's childish, sweetheart. No, can't do that. That's too childish. I don't know where you're getting that from, Stewie Griffin. I don't know where you're getting that from, Bart Simpson. I don't know. Nigel from Kids Next Door. That's too childish for me. And then we want to point fingers and do all types of other stuff when that same type of label is dropped on us. We'll go out and make excuses as for why we can't be great. Another piece of that article Oprah was talking about was we got two like demons, if you will, two bad jujus or two bad voices that are around us early in the morning when we wake up. One of them is fear and one of them is lethargy. I'm gonna say that again. One of them is fear and the other one is lethargy. man, it's like, don't you think it's weird how when you wake up in the morning, you feel like you don't want to do nothing just because you feel like you had a long day yesterday. I've been there a couple of times. Had to call in, I won't even lie, I called in like 2 days in a row just because I felt like I needed the extra rest. But let me tell you, there's people out there who would look at that and judge the hell out of me, right? Well, to be honest with you, I don't care what people got to say about it because nobody's going to judge me but my God. But that's for a whole nother story. But there's people who have lives that are a lot more difficult than what I have been approached to. And they make the most of it. They do it with a smile on their face. Why? I always wondered why. And over the years, I found out the answer is that it's going to suck anyway. So why not make the most of it? Why not enjoy it? Because you never know what that type of experience is going to lead you. You're just going on for the ride. And look, once you finish that ride, you're going to find out that you are a lot more of a great person than you were going into it. Now you got that experience. So when somebody else is coming up trying to do the same thing you're doing, you can tell them how to do it, how to win at that particular thing. Be helpful, be courteous, be loving to one another. That's what we do. And over the years, labeling has been a hot button topic because people feel like they have to be under some type of label. Nah, you don't really need to. God sent Adam and Eve here with nothing but hair and their own separate genitals. That's it. And he didn't, and their names. That's just so they can be able to kind of refer each other, which even then, I'm more of an energy type of guy. I gotta feel what your energy is like to see if you are a good person to have around me. If your energy is wrong, I can care less what your name is. Even if your energy is perfectly right, I'm more or less worried about how you make me feel whenever we're in the same room together. If you don't make me feel good, most likely I'm not gonna be in that same room with you. I'm gonna try to do anything I can to get out of that room. That's just me. But with that being said, growing up is to overcome those two little demons, monsters, fear and lethargicity. I don't know what you want to call it. Lethargy is what I was reading, but I don't know. It doesn't sound right coming out. Lethargic. Is a state of mind that people decide to achieve at one point when they're too exhausted. But lethargy sounds a little lethargy. I don't know. Anyways, those two will drag you down, and that's a constant battle that you'll have to fight day in and day out. How you get up from it is completely up to you. But that's the pressure. Remember what I was saying earlier about the cold? This is the pressure that we're constantly put under every single day. And a lot of people just crumble into the dust. And a lot of people mold into that diamond. I'm creating diamonds here. Call it a diamond factory. Call it the dojo. But either way, this is a place where we all become great. One step at a time. Now, I know that a lot of people want to kind of get this step over with and done with so we can finally be the adults that we knew we could be. But the main thing about this is patience. We got to have patience with these kind of things. So, slow down. Analyze every single possibility for any and every situation, good or bad. You never know what's going to go down. But the only thing that we can do as human beings is be prepared. That's one of the best things that you can do for not only yourself, but for your family too. So keep that in mind. Stay calm, cool, and collected. How many of y'all have heard that before? Staying calm, cool, and collected. Man, my uncle would tell me that almost every single day because he knew before anybody else that I'm a hothead. I was a hothead. Now I'm a lot more cool and collected. But before, when I was growing up, man, I was such a hothead. It wouldn't take much for me to, throw stuff around, have a little temper tantrum, all that stuff kids would do. And I'm sure a lot of older, I'd say grown up kids do, because, some people ain't even grown up yet. Some people like 35 years old still on that childish mentality, but that's for a different story. But growing up to me means that you're going to have to make a lot of harsh decisions. So be careful with these choices. Be careful with these choices because they are helping to shape the person that you are. They're molding your character that you are created to be. And we don't know that. We don't know what type of person that we're set out to be. Only thing that we know for sure is the work that we put in is going to lead to a salvation. So why not make that work that you're putting in mean something? And with that, I kind of want to bring awareness to all mental health. If you have a mental health disorder, please go seek help. I can't tell you how many times that I've heard people either lose their life due to depression or any type of battle that they have going on mentally. And it saddens me every single time because they thought that was the only way out. That was the only way of being happy. And I kind of want to stop that. I want everybody to understand that the only person that can make you happy, the only thing that can make you happy is you. You are the only person that can tell yourself how to feel. So when somebody tells me, oh, you made me feel, no, I didn't make you feel anything. You felt that, okay? Your reaction, and I would say my response, is what leads to feelings being displayed. But with that being said, you're the only person in control of your own actions, your own feelings, your own thoughts. You are the only person that are in charge of you. With that information, go out and be great. Go out and conquer everything and anything that you set out in this world. I know you can do it, king or queen. Just put in the work. Put in the effort. I guarantee you will be a lot happier because of it. I guarantee you. And I'm talking like this because I have so much passion. I genuinely feel like we can all be great. It just takes that spark, if you will. So go out and be great. Take care of the things that you can take care of. This is a passion of mine. And I'll be damned if I don't use it to the best of my ability. I'm using my gift from God. This is my blessing, and here it is. It's always a blessing to be a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So, let's make this money. Let's make this move. Let's be great. Then we'll get over to the screenwrite that I've been working on. I'm still working on the title, but we all know that the story is much more meaningful than the title itself. With that being said, this is about a schizophrenic named Jacob who kind of deals with his inner thoughts, basically going to war with his inner thoughts on a daily basis. Thoughts that are telling him negative things such as you'll never be what you want to be. You'll never be great. You'll never, these are things that are telling him since he's, I want to say around 6. Yeah, that's what I have in here for him. He's 6 years old. That's when it kind of originates. And slowly but surely, it kind of builds on him in a more violent, gruesome way. Like I said, it's a psychological thriller. So we learn about him at birth. He grows up, goes through his thing, he does his thing, and then his girlfriend breaks up with him. And she leaves him saying that he needs to be able to learn one of life's most valuable lessons, and that is to be happy with himself. So Jacob goes and he searches for these happiness in other ideas, material, substances, even women. Yet he's still continuing to battle his inner thoughts, his inner demons, if you will, telling him that, no, that's not gonna work. This relationship isn't gonna work. Just lay in bed. Let's be lazy a little bit longer. Let's have another off day. Things like that he's kind of battling through in order to find his inner happiness. So Jacob deals with these, and he also sees all of his friends around him. They're having a lot of success. You know, they're buying cars, they're getting houses, they're doing these things, and we've all been there before. We all see our friends going out and living the life that we all wish that we could live with them. Yet, under circumstances, we aren't able to do so. So this flips on a switch for Jacob. This drives him to actually be the best version of Jacob that he can be. Then he finally finds what makes him happy. You know, he finally finds that only he can make him happy, and finding out who Jacob is and what entertains Jacob is his salvation in a way. So he goes in through it, and you know, he starts to, I guess, like, you know, spread out his work to big name companies and things like that to hopefully get his name out there so he can make big bucks. But every opportunity that he gets to showcase that, it gets shut down. So he starts to really, you know, right there again, he is visited by these voices, these negative voices. When he thinks that he finally beat them, they come rearing their ugly heads again, talking to him, saying that he was never going to make it, that he was always going to be a failure, and that he was never going to be great, he was never going to be happy, and it was all just fooling himself. So Jacob takes this very, very, what's a better word? I'm trying to figure out a better word. Very, let's say, threatening. I don't know. I'm trying to find a better word, but he takes this as a more threatening warning from his inner voices. So he attempts to commit suicide. Okay, I'm still working out the kinks, but he attempts to commit suicide, but Jacob fails at his attempt. And after talking to a couple of his family members, friends, such and such, he decides to go and get treated. I'll say he goes and gets diagnosed. And he goes and gets treated for his diagnosis, which he would find out that it's schizophrenia and a couple other things. Once he is doing well, he begins to work on editing his scripts and poems, stuff like that. Once he is well, he begins to work and really kind of put more passion into his own career and what he has been working on. And he starts to dedicate a lot of his work to his ex that broke up with him, because she actually taught him, actually put him on that path to finding inner happiness. So he dedicates some of his work to her, where he would find out that a year prior she passed away. Then he goes and visits her gravesite, where he sees her parents there, and they talk, they mourn, and they have a really good conversation. It ends off on a good note. Personally, I got that Stephen King syndrome where my endings suck. So I'm gonna be working a lot in order for that not to happen. But with that being said, this is a story that it is kind of personal. I'm not gonna lie, it hits really home. And I'm excited. I'm very happy for what I got coming on this next couple of weeks, this next couple of months, this next couple of years, centuries, however long we're going to be alive, because let's face it, a lot of resources are kind of emptying it out. Be that as it may, that's not what my profession is. My profession is teaching people to be great. So with that being said, cooking with the family contest will be aired on the 20th and 21st. No, I think I'm going to do the 25th. I'm still debating on that. I believe. No, I'm going to do the 20th. I mean, it's about 17 days from now. Starting right now. It's the 3rd that I'm recording this. But yeah, Cooking with the Family contest will be aired on the 20th. I'll have a poll where everybody can vote. All that good stuff. I think I already spoke on it a little bit earlier. So, you know, like I said, it's a lot of cool stuff coming down. Y'all get in touch. Subscribe to see some more. Enjoy. With that being said, y'all have a great rest of the evening. Remember, this podcast is all about red hot takes and debates, sharing and caring, and most of all, loving all. Until next time, my people. Peace.